Hi, so quick video here for you to look at before our next class. I wanted to revisit something that we just touched on at the very end of class and give you something to play with. So you'll want to remove your shoes and preferably be on a floor that is a hard surface, but it's all right if you only have carpet. And a couple of things. So we're just going to find a place to stand and bring one hand to your back and gently spread your fingers like this. And make sure your fingers aren't sort of tight, but just gently spread open across your sacrum and across that arch in your low back. Bring the other hand to your belly. And straighten your knees so that they're really locked. And now what I want you to do is just move them out of a locked position. So micro bend. Just to move them out of that locked position into a micro bend. And do that a couple of times so that you feel really clearly the difference. So your legs are long, they're pretty straight. There's just a tiny bend in the knee. And throughout this movement, you want to keep that bend in your knee the same, more or less the same, so that you're encouraging the movement to happen in the pelvis and in the spine up above, rather than in the knees. The other thing to keep in your attention is how your belly can be soft. You really want to let your belly be soft, and this is something that a lot of us struggle with. We tend to subconsciously suck in, right? So see if it's possible for you to just let your belly really hang. So I've got one hand in the back, one hand in the front. My knees are softly bent. And I'm just going to begin to bring my gaze from the horizon towards ceiling, and maybe more towards above me. And feel what happens between my hands. And as I do so, I'm going to let my breath come and go. And I'm going to picture that bowl-like structure of my pelvis and kind of begin to feel how it moves in relation to my head. And then begin to look down and feel this. Begin to look up. Now, something you can do if it's not clear at first is to take yourself to the end of your range with just your head, right? So I'm just going to look up and intend to keep everything still down below. Not locked, but still. I'm going to look up with my head, keeping this still. And then, if I want to look further, come to the end, if I want to look further, what else has to move, right? What else has to move when I get to the end of that range? And then if I come down, and I'm moving somewhat quickly here, if I come down, my chin coming towards my chest. If I want to look any further through, like behind my feet, what has to move? And how? So spend some time with that, and my advice is to go slow, is to go really slowly and feel along the length of your spine, how the totality of all of your vertebra and your whole spine respond as the movement evolves, right? And so that it's kind of like a journey, so that there's a beginning and then a third of the way, and you move along through the whole movement. And coming back to feeling what's happening between your hands. So we looked at this in all fours, if you remember, with the tailbone initiating the movement of the head, right? Just moving our tailbone, tucking the tail a little bit, and lifting the tail a little bit, and feeling that first kind of whisper of movement when our head was called to move in response to that movement of our tailbone. And here we're switching it around. So beginning with our head and feeling the response in our tailbone. And if you do that, if you're having trouble feeling it and you do that going to the end of your range without stretching, right, but approaching the end of your range of your head up and down and feeling what else has to move if you want to go further, it'll start to become more fluid for your whole spine, and you'll start to find that your pelvis moves immediately with your head, right? So see how it is for you. Try it a couple of times, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.